Hey everybody, happy Tuesday. I'm super proud of myself because this is the first time since I started Talk About It Tuesday that I've done this 2 weeks in a row. So I just want to start out with giving myself a pat on the back. If you're watching this for the first time or watching the replay, my name is Molly Reinerth, and I joined a movement to help raise awareness for mental health, especially depression and anxiety, because that's what I deal with, but all mental health, really. I'm a Beachbody coach part-time, and myself and one of my fellow coaches and friends decided to do this. So every Tuesday, or ideally every Tuesday, usually random Tuesdays, I am talking about a topic that has to do with depression or anxiety that I feel like I can talk about because of my experiences. I was diagnosed for the first time in my teen years in high school, and that was about 20 years ago. So I have a lot of years of experience. Obviously, major depression comes and goes, so it's not like 20 years straight, but I have had some pretty rough patches, and so anyway, I'd rather use what I go through to help people than to hold it in or hide it. I don't feel like I have anything to be ashamed of, and the older I get, the more open I'm becoming. So if you join, say hello. It doesn't always tell me who's watching, but anyway, so this week I am going to talk about something that I've come across a lot with people in my life, especially in relationships, that has been destructive for me personally when I'm going through a rough patch, but also I think that it is extremely destructive for the person on the other end, the supporter, not just the person suffering from a mental illness. But what I've run into is that if I'm unhappy or feeling depressed, people in my life sometimes feel inadequate or express that they think that they should be able to make me happy, and they can't. And because of that, it's they start feeling inadequacy or feelings of inadequacy, which is not the case. And then because of that, then I start to feel guilt because I can't be happy for that person. Happens in relationships, but also with friends, family, whatever. The supporter wants to make the person that they love or care about happy and feel good and, smile, and they want to be able to fix it. And it's deeper than just flipping a switch. There's imbalances that happen with hormones and things like that. A lot of times therapy is needed. So it's not anyone's fault, basically, is what I'm trying to say. I've come across it again and again and again in relationships or friendships, or with my family, where if someone doesn't really understand what's going on or why someone's feeling down, that they think that they should be able to fix it, and then they start feeling like they're not good enough, or like things should be great. On the surface, everything's great, but maybe, hey, Nikki, it's just not, it's not healthy. It's not healthy for anyone to blame themselves, first of all, and it's not good for the person that's going through it, because then we feel guilty. I've been through it multiple times, but I get it too, because people that don't suffer depression and anxiety don't really understand what it feels like. Like, I know people that can't relate at all. They don't know what it feels like to be anxious or anything. Or they think that depression is just sadness or whatever. So it happens a lot where people who don't understand it blame themselves. So, yeah. So I just wanted to, it's kind of short. I don't really have anything else. I don't want to like ramble, but just remember, if you are supporting someone who has any mental illness, but for me, like I said, personally, it's depression, anxiety, it's no one's fault. Like, it's not the person who's suffering from it. It's not their fault. And it's not your fault. If you can't make the person that you love happy all the time, it's not you. I mean, unless you're legitimately doing something to make them unhappy, like you're a, piece of shit asshole or something, but, or like abusive or whatever. Obviously, there's those situations, but if you are like a supportive person, boyfriend, girlfriend, parent, sibling, friend, whatever the case may be, if you are just a normal person and there's not a destructive relationship happening already, it's not your fault if someone is depressed. So stop blaming yourself. Do it for yourself. Do it for the person who is suffering, going through it, because the last thing you want to do is make them feel worse or guilty that they aren't happy for you. So it's already hard enough to be happy for ourselves sometimes. So you don't want to make someone feel like they need to go above and beyond or feel extra pressure to be happy for you when they really need to try to be happy for themselves first. So that's all I've got today. Sorry it's so short, but I really don't want to ramble. Hey, Aunt Ro. If you're just hopping on, definitely watch the replay. I am super proud of myself, pat on the back for being here 2 weeks in a row. And I will hopefully see you next week if I can follow through with this again. Bye, everybody.